Hello, dear students, and welcome to this new episode of talking or where we talk about biographies. And today we'll speak about writing a biography. In order to be ready to start, you need to download or get the file, this work file. You should find it in the description uh, below the window. Um, Yeah, and to start, you need to go to page 3. And on page 3, you'll find a plan a biography. So, of course, you need to study the plan, and in order to be able to study it properly or carefully, you should understand how this plan works. Um, I structured this plan based on the text on page 2 here, Neil Armstrong. I used the same way of writing to to make this plan or to tailor this plan so that because I found it easy to follow. So when you start writing a biography, the first part of the biography is the heading, and um, or the best practice here is to write the person's name as your title. So let's get to work. So today we will write a biography about Lionel Messi. Of course, to be able to write a biography, you need to do, or part of what you need to do is to collect some information. So that was the heading and the introduction. You need 3 things for the introduction. A rhetorical question, and a rhetorical question is just a question to grab the reader's attention or to make the reader interested in the topic. And rhetorical questions are optional. And then we need to write what is the person famous for and the person's profession or job. So we will start with the rhetorical question. We would say, for example, do you know who is the most decorated football player? So decorated football player, it means the player who won most um, rewards and prizes and so on. So do you know who's the most decorated football player? And then after that, we need to speak to say what the person is famous for and his profession, his or her profession. So we could follow the example text here. Neil Alden Armstrong was an American astronaut who worked for NASA, for example. He is best known for becoming the first man to walk on the moon. So we will simply follow the same thing. We'll say Lionel Messi. So we say here Lionel Messi. So here is a small mistake, so we'll just fix it. Yeah, who the most decorated football player is? Do you know who the most decorated football player is? And then Lionel Messi is an Argentinian, excuse me, football player who won, let's say, 8 Ballon d'Ors, or I prefer to say Golden Balls, as the best player in the world. So this should be your introduction. So we wrote here 3 things. We started with the rhetorical question, and then we said who the person is. He is an Argentinian football player, and what he is famous for is that he won 8 golden balls as the best player in the world. This is a record that has not been broken yet. So this is the introduction. After the introduction, we move to his early life. We'll follow, as we said, the Neil Armstrong text and the plan that is tailored or based on the Neil Armstrong text. So his early life, so we'll use that also as a subheading. We say his early life. And then here, Neil was born on the date and the place and date of birth. And in the plan here, says that we need to, in the first body paragraph after the introduction, we speak about the childhood or early life. So we need a subheading. We have written the subheading. Then we need the date and place of birth, relationship with family, and education. So we can think about it in this way. So let's start first with the place and date of birth. You can say Messi was born in 1986 or 87. I don't really remember, but yeah, I think it's 1987 in Argentina. If you remember exactly where he was born in, could be in Rosario. That's his hometown, Argentina. If you don't remember Rosario, or if you're not sure, you can simply say he was born in 1987 in Argentina. As simple as this. After that, we need to speak about relationship with family and education, for example. So how do I learn all this? Now think about, one good way is to think about the timeline. So we started with the introduction. So we started our writing with the introduction. And after that, we spoke about the birth and childhood. Now think about yourself or think about one of your siblings who is a child. Now a child, all what a child deals with is his family and school. A child goes to school and then goes back home and deals with family members. So that's what you need to write about in the childhood part or the early life. So we could say that he was talented since he was young. So when he was 11, let's say, the Spanish club Barcelona decided to sponsor him. Sponsor him, it means to take care of him or to spend money on him to help him because he had a problem. So, because he had a health issue and had to receive treatment, for example. Okay. Then what happened is that so he traveled with his family to Spain, and after a while his family had to go back to Argentina while he stayed with his father in Spain. So this is an important thing because he stayed with his father in Spain to seek his treatment and possible possible career in football. I mean, these information, I just collected them or I know them. So that's something you also need to do if you're writing about any person. So we are talking here about, yeah, let me just minimize the writing a little bit. So yeah, So one more time, Messi was born in 1987 in Argentina. He was talented since he was young. So when he was 11, the Spanish club Barcelona decided to sponsor him because he had a health issue and had to receive treatment. So he traveled with his family to Spain, and after a while, his family had to go back to Argentina. It doesn't matter why, you're just writing something important about the person's childhood. While he stayed with his father in Spain to seek his treatment and to seek also a possible career in football. So these are the points that you need to speak about. This treatment part and the disease and sponsorship, this can be taken as significant events. So we spoke about his date and place of birth, relationship with family, and anything you need to talk about should be leading to what the person has become. We haven't spoken about education because it isn't significant here, but we can speak about any significant events like losses or moving to another city or country. After that comes the early career. Now, we can say here Barcelona, or yeah, early days at Barcelona, or simply Barcelona. I have a student who just wrote Barcelona, and that's totally fine because that's where he started his stardom. That's where he started to be or to become what he has become. So in this one, we will also speak about first job. So his first job is his first contract. So we have written the subheading early career or Barcelona in this case. Now his first job. So we can speak about what happened after he signed, after he was totally healed, or after he totally healed. Messi became a player for FC Barcelona, where he made or where he achieved most of his trophies, or where he won most of his trophies and reached his stardom. We can say in 2008, he won the gold medal at the Olympic Games in Beijing with the national team with the Olympic national team. National team of Argentina. He also won several. He also won the Spanish league title several times. So yeah, this is about his career in Barcelona, but partially. After that, we can simply speak about his. So according to the plan here, it says the main job or education, any significant events, but here we We'll add the achievements, yeah? So his main job, he's a footballer and nothing about education, but what's left for us in the main career is the achievement. So we can simply change the subheading. We are free to change the name of the subheading to anything that could be suitable to what we're talking about in the paragraph. So here we could say, for example, um, uh, trophies, for example. And we could say, because he achieved most of his trophies in while he was in Barcelona, so we could say between 2004, I believe, when he joined Barcelona, and 2018, I think, or 19 when he left. Messi has become, and thank you, Muhammad, because these are your ideas. I just like the ideas very much. My student Muhammad Ghunaim, he is the one who came up with this nice idea. So thank you, Muhammad. So between 2004 and 2019, Messi has become the most decorated athlete or footballer in the history of football. Um, as he won the Spanish league, let's say 8 times. I don't really remember how many times Muhammad does, but yeah, I would say as he won the Spanish league 8 times, the UEFA Champions League. And please, guys, be careful whenever you write names. You need to write the initials or the first letters in capital. Champions League title, I think 4 or 5 times, and has become the all-time top scorer, I believe, of the Spanish league. I'm not really sure if this is true or not, but it's something that I would come up with, and it doesn't really matter if the information is 100% accurate. But yeah, this is how you write about the achievements. Uh, the, the all-time top scorer of the Spanish league. Um, yeah, which led to crowning him with the um, golden ball 8 times as an unbroken record. Yeah. Um, after that, we could speak about recent career. I mean, it will be easy now to finish this writing off. We have written so far an introduction. So you need to write around 5 paragraphs. You need to write around 5 paragraphs. So we have written the introduction, then his early life, that's 2. Barcelona is 3. Trophies is 4. We can also speak about winning the World Cup. So also in 2022, Messi topped his successful career uh, with winning the World Cup in Qatar or in Qatar, um, as it was the only missing piece of his crown. And then we can speak about his current or recent career. Recent career. We would say that in 2019, Messi left Barcelona to join the French team Paris Saint-Germain, where he spent 2 years before he left Europe to join the American team Inter Miami, where he is still the captain. Yeah, this could be it for this writing. So what you need to learn or what you need to master is just the beginning, how to start and how to think about it. So think about it as a timeline again. Start with the heading and then the introduction, and then think about the person as following the timeline. So you start with the birth and childhood. The child deals only with his family and school, for example. And then that child becomes a teenager. So of like 15 years. So when the person is around 15 years or 16 or 17, the person starts looking for the first job and maybe joining university. The person may have some achievements and may not, but again, first job and education or university, then the person becomes an adult where the person goes for the main job and maybe achieves what he or she wants from life. And then later life, if the person is dead, or maybe if the person retired, it depends on who you're writing about. Otherwise, it could be current career, as we did with Lionel Messi, since the person is still active. Yeah, I hope that this explanation was clear, and I hope that I was able to help you today. Thank you very much, and till I see you next time, inshallah. This was Sharif Saleh. Have a good evening.